Hey, everybody, this is Jonathan Ogden, and you're listening to the What's Bruin Show.
Hey, Bruin fans, this is David Singleton, and you're listening to the What's Bruin Show. Go Bruins.
Hey, this is Wayne Cook, and you're listening to What's Bruin Show.
Hey, guys, it's Chris Johnson, UCLA national champion. I need y'all to listen to the What's Bruin Show. These dudes are off the hook.
This is Maurice Jones-Drew, and you're listening to the What's Bruin Show.
You're listening to the What's Bruin Show, part of the What's Bruin Show network, with your hosts, Jake Berryfield and Mike Regalado, and occasionally some friends, talking all things UCLA sports. And now, it's time for the What's Bruin Show.
All right, and welcome to What's Bruin. I am your host, Jake Merrifield, and I'm joined by my good buddy Mike Regalado after he took a week off because he was so sad about UCLA baseball and softball.
Yes.
And really, if we're being fair, I kind of took the week off too. I just played the song that I recorded, for UCLA football 9 months ago, and played Carrie's calls, and then called it a day as well. So we're sorry for the week or two off. And by the way, this is more of a week off too for me, Mike, because if we go longer than 36 minutes on this, I'm going to be personally upset with you. And that's maybe including the What's Bruin. But you were off last week, and you had some stuff you wanted to say about the epic, colossal failure flop. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Rip our buddy Savage and Savage and Son Savage. But you had something to say about that and about softball. We'll go with that and then everything else. But Mike, how are you doing?
All right. It's we've actually both been busy. We've both been having graduations.
Super duper.
We have a freaking graduation party this weekend. So it's
for the
not
Wonder
over.
Twins.
I'm exhausted. Yeah. I'm exhausted mentally and physically, but that's nothing. 3 days straight of sleep won't take care of once the school year's over.
He says that with a beer in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just been freaking busy. And it's also been busy on the UCLA front too. So, but yeah, I do have some thoughts. It was,
Well, hold on.
it was, no, I wasn't going to get into it yet, but yeah, I feel you. It's been rough.
Absolutely. And you're going to be able to vent in just a moment. It is the What's Bruin Show on the What's Bruin Show Network. Thank you for your support. If you'd like to call the show and contribute, 805-399-4WBS.
4WBS.
Secretary Troy. And that is there for you on the hotline. I'm going to check today. Usually I've been checking like after the show, which is too late to actually put it in the show. I'm checking now just in case one of our friends called and nobody called. So there you go. I actually checked though. So there's no calls this week, but make sure we have some calls for next week. I would appreciate it. All of you out there. Also, if you like to enjoy the show on your podcast feed, Apple Podcasts, or on the Patreon or on the Substack, show notes are down there in the bottom, and you could help the show out by, just giving us your $2.
$2.
That's all it is, right?
$2.
And honestly, what are you getting for that $2 in, the middle of June? Not a whole lot. I'll be perfectly honest with you, right? By the time we get to football season, I'm expecting we're all getting excited. It's going to ramp up a little bit, and maybe I'll have some more ambition to do something other than dive in the ocean and go on long jogs and whatnot. Mike's Bruin boner is always there. I need to work on mine, but we'll get there by football season, I'm hoping, especially now that the 25-26 sports calendar is pretty much wrapped up. Isn't that right, Mikey?
Yeah, I believe there's track and field, but the major sports it's pretty much wrapped up. It's basically football season now.
So with that being said, this is the What's Bruin Show on the What's Bruin Show Network. It's also the What's Bruin Symposium. And real quick, we haven't done this in a while, but it's time to play Smokey's Lounge and talk about what we're drinking. So, Mikey, it's heading towards the middle of June. It's been a long year for you. You're done with with one of your jobs. It has come to a conclusion for the year, and now you're.
No, I still got tomorrow.
What? Oh my God!
I still have tomorrow.
Son of a bitch! Well, in anticipation of that, Mike, it's What's Bruin Show.
Yes.
It's What's Bruin Symposium. A conversation over drinks. What are you having tonight, my friend?
Tonight I just went with the old reliable from New Belgian Brewing, the Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. It's basically the Nissan Sentra of good New Belgian beers. It's there. It's reliable. It's out there. You know it. You love it. It's pretty. Yeah. It's. I drink this beer quite a lot. It's one of my favorites, actually. It has become one of my favorites. Jake, what are you drinking?
I'll get to this thing. First of all, Mike, hold up your beer so we can do like a little ussy here on this thing, and I'll put it on the thing.
Cheers.
I turned off instead. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? This is great radio. But I'm having High West. I'm having my barrel strength. No, put it back down. Almost. There we go. Do it now.
There we go.
Got it. Good. Okay. So anyways, I'm having barrel strength High West in my double shot High West glass that I got from Park City. If you ever have a chance to go to the High West restaurant or distillery or their little bar, it is sick. It's really nice. It's wonderful. It's a great time, and I highly recommend it. So thank you for joining us on the What's Brewing Symposium, the conversation over drinks, although I'm sure my friend William Henry Shiro III is continuing his drink strike at my house. He hasn't had one in a while. Screw you, Bill. But with that being said, everybody else out there, cheers to you, and congratulations to the Wonder Twins, and let's get on with the show. So, Mikey, what are we talking about? You want to talk about baseball and softball. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, let's go with softball first because that one was less painful. They were not the number one ranked team. They were ranked. They were an 8 seed that got into the final 8 of the Women's College World Series, and it looked good to start. I mean, they were taking on number 1 seed Alabama, which there was questions about that because there were lower seeds that probably should have been. That probably should have taken on Alabama rather than UCLA. But either way, when you look at the rest of the weekend, it really doesn't matter. Alabama jumped out to a 1-0 start in the first inning. UCLA jumped ahead 3-1 in the third. Things were looking pretty promising. And then in the 5th and 6th, Alabama scored 5 combined. Bruins lose 6-5, unfortunately. And that's the thing; they weren't blown out. I mean, 6-3, not great, but it was pretty close until those last 2 innings. And then you see what they did against Arkansas. It seemed like that game was going to be a tough one too. I mean, some of the commentators were actually picking Arkansas over UCLA, which was kind of laughable considering the offense that the Bruins have. And they showed out 11-0 in 5 innings, ending Arkansas's trip into their first Women's College World Series. So things were looking good. And then they run into Texas Tech, who this one I think came down to the fact that they don't have a deep bullpen. Taylor Tinsley has been the one Bruin pitcher, the lone Bruin pitcher, to basically do it all. And just late in the game, gave up 2 runs in the top of the 6th. UCLA came back with 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, had a chance to tie it, and a chance to force more innings. But as it was, it just did not go UCLA's way. It seemed Taylor Tinsley, it just seemed like there was maybe a bit of exhaustion. There was a lot of weight put on her, and the Bruin bats weren't exactly flying. They did a good job trying to come back in that final inning, but I mean, that was it. It was just 8-7 loss in extra innings, 9 innings, and that ended UCLA's trip. So, no championship for the Bruins, but just considering what they've done, Megan Grant continued her home run record. The Bruins as a team continued their NCAA home run record. No shame in what the offense did, but the pitching was just not there. Bruins definitely need 1 or 2 more pitchers going forward if they want to be elite. Continue to be elite, to be a championship level softball team. They need to figure out the pitching situation.
No doubt. I will say
but
this,
that-
Mike, before you move on to baseball and your thoughts on that. There was I thought, a kind of a fun announcement by UCLA Athletics. This came out a couple days ago. But it was, the headline is, league leading 12 Bruins begin the second AUSL season, which is it's the Athletes Unlimited Softball League. So a softball league that is kind of like after college, but before, it's one of the, I guess, professional options, right? And not even really, anywho, there's a lot of Bruins, more Bruins than any other type of college player.
Yeah,
and
3, right?
12 players assigned across six different teams. So if we are Bruin fans and we just want to cheer for the team with the most Bruins, that's definitely the Utah Talons. They have 5 players and 2 administration. They had Jaden Alchin, Megan Ferraimo, if you remember her, Charlize Palacios, Taylor Tinsley, Jordan Woolry, and then Lisa Fernandez is the general manager, and Will Oldham is the coach. Then the Oklahoma City Spark has Maya Brady, Bubba Nichols Camarena, remember Bubba? Delaney Wiz. Delaney Wiz. Okay, and then Kirk Walker is the general manager, and then the Texas Volts have Ali Carta and Rachel Garcia. Remember Rachel Garcia? Just amazing pitcher. Chicago Bandits have Jessica Clements, and Megan Grant is on the Portland Cascade, and Teria Flowers is the head coach. So anyways, that's kind of fun too if you want to get into the softball league, continue that over the summer. But Mike,
and I think it starts in very soon. It's very similar to women's basketball, where
Mike, breaking news.
They don't have an off season like the NBA.
No, you're absolutely right.
What's this breaking news?
Breaking news on a weekly basis.
News just in.
I forgot to mention it, but yes, it starts soon, as in it starts tonight on Tuesday. So there you go.
Damn. Yeah, there it is.
June 9th is the first day. The Cascade played the Blaze. The Volts played the Spark. The Bandits are going to play the Talons. It's happening now. And then those are the games for tonight. So, 3 games tonight, 3 games tomorrow. Very fun. The Blaze won 4-1. The Sparks won, or the Spark won 13-5. And the Talons won, or are going to play the Bandits. So there you go. Fun stuff. Anyways. All right, Mike, moving on.
Yeah. Quickly before I move on, I just wanted I wanted to say, just really impressive how this team finished 53-10 and 20-4 in conference. So it definitely not a horrible season, but they need to figure out a few things if they want to grab some more NCAA gold. So,
no doubt.
But and that's what we thought with UCLA baseball, which was the first team ever to go wire to wire, number 1 in the regular season. They win the Big Ten tournament. They win the regular season conference title outright. But there was some weirdness, and it kind of came about in the Big Ten tournament because Bruins were losing to Purdue, had to come back. They were losing to USC, had to come back. Losing to Oregon, had to come back to get all those wins. And yes, it's fun to say that they were the comeback kings, but it kind of bit them in the butt, or actually it didn't even happen for the Bruins. In their hosting of the Los Angeles region of the NCAA, the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. This Bruin team, which has been just destroying people all season long, run into number 4 seed St. Mary's, and the Bruins just laid an egg. The bats were just not there, and they gave up late runs, which really did them in. I mean, St. Mary's is number 4 seed, and the Bruins lose to them in on the Friday game, 3-2. So that puts them in the losers bracket, which means they're not out, double elimination. They come back and beat Virginia Tech, and that was a game in which the Bruins almost had their season in, but
they had to come back.
Luckily, the comeback Bruins, what was it? It was 5-2 in the entering the bottom of the 9th. Home run, man on base, brings them in. Bruins win 6-5. It was like, okay, they have a little bit of swagger. Like they were, I think they were 1 or 2 outs away from losing that game and ending their season at that point. They survive. They face St. Mary's once again, and with the number 4 seed team, extra innings were forced. The Bruins were winning going into the bottom of the ninth. What was the score? It was 5-4 or 5-5 actually. Sorry, they were tied. No, it was 5-4. Sorry, St. Mary's scores, forcing extra innings. Bruins do nothing in the top of the 10th, and then St. Mary's gets a run in the bottom of the 10th. Walk-off win. Bruins season is over. Now, as disappointing as that is, you can't be too disappointed because of what they've done all season long. They had a pretty miraculous
season. You can't be too disappointed.
But
you have to be super disappointed because they ended up being the biggest flop in the goddamn history of the goddamn sport.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
It's an achievement to go 52-8, to go 28-2. Actually, where did those two losses come from? Oh, those were at the end of the season. Yeah, they were almost undefeated in conference. But that is super disappointing. Extremely disappointing. Yeah, it's a good team, and you're going to lose a lot of really good players from this momentous team, from this landmark team. But you can't lose.
That's
in the first weekend of the regional that you're hosting, especially when you're the overall number 1 seed. That is just weak. That's it's unacceptable.
I mean, the problem
unacceptable.
And getting back to from whatever we think about this, it doesn't matter. I just feel so bad for these guys that were on this team. I mean, Jack Savage was on the show a couple weeks ago talking about how so many of these guys came back to culminate this with a big run in the NCAA tournament. And I guarantee you, none of these guys came back to have a really good regular season for the Big Ten or whatever. They came back to do something and win the World Series or go out with a bang. And instead, it is one of the biggest whimpers in the history of NCAA baseball, just based on what our conversation with Jack Savage was. And that's the really sad thing about it. And and I'm sure that these guys all feel terrible about that. I'm not going to sit here and call them out for anything other than that. But I mean, you have to call it what it is. It's a huge, colossal upset. It's a huge, colossal, failure to capitalize on the great season that they had, and that's going to always suck. It's going to always suck. And this team is probably, bringing up this team from now on is going to be just like, oh man, that sucked.
Yeah,
we'll get around that.
It's just disappointing considering what they had going. And it wasn't like the women's team. It wasn't like softball in which they were at a deficit in pitching. No, they had good pitching. They had good offense. It just didn't come together. And it seemed like not like you're planning or not, or that you're relying on it, but big moments, you should step up. That just seemed kind of unacceptable.
It's
anyway. Tough. Yeah, big jerks. So, but yeah, that's my rant for the bat and ball teams. But yeah, so that's some football. Got some football, Jake. A little bit. I want to get your opinions on this. But first, UCLA did get their 4th offensive tackle commitment as Thurman Lyles out of Sacramento has committed to the Bruins. That boosts UCLA back up to number 10 in the 24/7 Sports rankings.
I like that.
And that's their 21st commit for the 2027 cycle.
Let me play the intro, Mike. Hold on.
Blue 32! Blue 32! California! Hood! Hey! Football.
It's really good. I like that.
Yeah. And yeah, this weekend was a big weekend for official visits. Jack Savage covered that. When you have a chance, go to Bruin 24/7 and check out the Word Around Westwood, where him and Connor talk about what the weekend was like, who was there, impressions that were made, all that stuff. So yeah, a big weekend, and already have one guy committed. So that's 21, and UCLA is back in the top 10. I think they dipped down to 13 last week, but
now they're 9.
Either, yeah, I mean, there is no championship. There are no titles for recruiting, unless you're USC. But
hey, it's kind of notable right now for the 2020 for the 2027 class. UCLA is second in the Big Ten in recruiting right now.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
And this just keeps rolling, and it's just making me more and more excited. Especially when kind of doing research, getting ready for the upcoming season. One of the things that came out on Monday, I believe it was, Cody Nagel, I think is how you pronounce it, from CBS Sports. He put out this article about the most experienced teams heading into the 2026 season. Basically, how many players on the team have the most snaps on offense, on defense. Total games were included in the analysis, as well as total starts. Well, Jake, I'm already going to say this is favorable. What rank do you think UCLA has amongst the most experienced teams in the nation?
In the nation, wow. Okay,
what rank?
I'll say top 25%. So I mean, you're looking at like 30.
Yes,
30
definitely.
Or up, 30
yeah,
or up.
Definitely.
Okay, top 25.
Jake,
period.
They are 6th in the nation.
Wow, that's fine.
With the most experience. Put these numbers together. They used different analytics. They used Pro Football Focus numbers for every position, as well as accumulating, obviously starting. Excuse me. Accumulating information on every individual player's starts. Not how good they've played or what they've produced, but just basically how often they've played. And UCLA total on the team had, irrelevant for those at home, but 32,359 total snaps amongst the current Bruins on the roster, which is 6th in the nation.
That's awesome.
They are 4th in offensive snaps, 14th in defensive snaps, 3rd in total games, and 8th in total starts. And yeah, these are you could do whatever you want with these numbers, but they do help to formulate kind of an opinion about what a team is going to do. And we've talked about it a lot, where it seems like experience, especially when it comes to like chemistry with certain teams, although that's weird in the NIL transfer portal era, experience counts. So that kind of just invigorated me even more about what is going on with Bob Chesney. And, I don't think he was setting out to see, how many starts do they have? I mean, that probably comes into the equation, but obviously you want to get guys that fit the program. And this is kind of like an added bonus. You not only have guys that you want at that position or this position, but they all have a lot of experience. And I don't know, just thinking about it over the last 2 days, I can't stop thinking about it. This is a really interesting fact that UCLA has the 6th most experienced team.
I really like it.
But will that translate into wins? Obviously, only 3 wins last year. Last week, I did an article just based on chalk with the SP Plus rankings. UCLA should go 7-5 compared to the rest of the teams on their schedule. But with this information, this is getting me more and more excited about what is happening. And it's not just the fact that Bob Chesney has taken over. It also seems like it's right place, right time. And I think 7-5 should probably be a minimum. I'm thinking right now, although I'm the eternal optimist. So, that's just me. What are your thoughts on having experienced players?
No, I mean, look, like you have to have some experience if you bring in half your roster is new guys. You better hope that they have some experience, right? I mean, that's the kind of the main thing. So, I mean, we're still not going to know. I said this under Deshaun Foster, and I'll say it. I said it under Chip, and I'll say it under Chesney, and that is the landscape is so crazy. Where you're bringing in like a whole new team every year. The head coach's main job is just getting everybody pulling in the right direction. So it's good that these guys are all experienced, but I mean, how many of them have experience in Westwood? Not a whole lot. So the key is going to be, can he galvanize them into a force that is moving in the same direction? And if that's the case, then they'll be pretty good. And if it's not, then they're going to look like Deshaun Foster's team did coming out of the box last year, which was absolutely brutal and miserable, right? I think we both have more faith that Chesney can get this thing off and rolling in a nice direction coming into the season, and the fact that he has that amount of experience to work with, I mean, is a point in his favor for sure when you look at it like that. But a lot of these guys ain't played together yet, so I mean, there's a lot that they have to get kind of organized. But but it's definitely a positive in my book. I mean, absolutely a positive. So that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my football talk for now. Before I get into basketball, really quickly, I wanted to bring this up at the top of the show, but I just kind of blanked on it. UCLA once again proves that it runs LA. Jake, you want to know why?
Why is that, Mike?
They win the 2026 Crosstown Cup over USC.
Nice. Let me play something else. Hold on. I'll do all the Go Bruins.
Go Bears!
Go Bruins! Beat the Golden Bears! Beat them as hard as you can! Beat them with impunity!
I hit the wrong buttons, but that's okay.
Go Bruins, right?
That's all right.
Go Bruins.
It's all right. Cal's getting sassy right now too, but
yeah, it's good. All right, good
job. The Bruins beat USC in head-to-head matchups. Well, the total score was 115-75. In individual matchups, UCLA won 23 to lost 12 and tied 1. UCLA won 9 out of 19 team series. There were also 4 teams that swept their season series with USC. One of them was women's basketball, men's volleyball, and baseball. All 4 teams swept the Trojans.
I'm happy that UCLA won
in their multi-game series.
I'm happy that UCLA won.
Bruins just beat the crap out of USC this year. And USC fans will probably be like, oh, but football. Yeah, that's what a lot of them only care about anyway. Yeah, I said it. I'm tired too. I'm very exhausted. I'm just trying to start crap right now. But UCLA absolutely obliterated USC. But to USC's credit, they actually almost got into the College World Series.
Super
despite
annoying.
the fact that the Bruins beat them 3-0 this year, and UCLA lost in the regional. USC was very competitive in the super regional, but they lost and they're not doing anything with that. So anyway, that's just that. But yeah, now I have quick basketball talk.
Okay, hold on.
So yeah.
There you go.
So, Jake, UCLA women's basketball got another international commit as 5'9" Slovenian guard Lena Jerkovic has committed to the Bruins. That is another international get for Corey Close. Essentially, will be a backup point guard to Arnasalo. Pretty active. I haven't seen a lot. Chris Johnson did a pretty good breakdown of her. He saw some video. I haven't yet because women's basketball recruiting, information on them is hard. International women's basketball recruiting, almost non-existent.
Wow.
But in the 2024, I believe it was, FIBA under 18 Euro Basketball League, she averaged 10.4 points, 4.7 rebounds. So she's pretty much a baller. But yeah, she's going to probably be a backup point guard, which should help. But yeah, apparently, according to Chris, she's very physical. pretty raw in some areas, but is a good get for the Bruins. Also, the women's opponents, conference opponents, have been announced for next season. Just real quick takeaways. They always have USC home and away, but Illinois, Northwestern, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State, and Minnesota and Nebraska are all at home, and that's good because Michigan State, Ohio State, Minnesota are all pretty damn good teams. So having them at home is awesome. But the Bruins are also two of their away games are to Washington and Oregon, which are the shortest road trips outside of USC. But they also have to travel to Maryland and to Rutgers. So that's a bit of a challenge. So we'll see how that holds up for these Bruins who are reloading for next season. Men's team has some interesting stuff going on. First off, Jake, did you hear that Donovan Dent is stepping away from basketball?
I did not hear that. Oh yeah, no, I did see that. Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, he just wants to focus on other things, which, with respect, yeah, I mean, they do what they want to do. We don't know exactly why, but he did an interview and just talked about how he wants to focus on other things. Interestingly enough,
what were the odds of him coming back anyway?
What is that? What was that?
I mean, what were the odds of him coming back anyway when he was done?
Oh no, his eligibility is done. Mm-hmm. He was looking to possibly get. Well, that's the thing too, because he didn't have a great season, wasn't invited to the combine, isn't projecting well for the NBA draft. So, yeah. So what are you going to do? But this was interesting. This other site, UCLA Wire, reported on a post by a current UCLA player, Brandon Williams, having a post on TikTok, basically pictures of him with a soundtrack in the back of like a song that's basically saying, I had a rough year, mental illness, all this stuff. And Donovan Dent replied with exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, which is interesting. Wondering what that's about. But yeah, it's just kind of an interesting take. Because we all know, like, men's basketball is not in the greatest of positions right now. But yeah, that's just all kind of coming together. It's just a little bit interesting to see what's going on with that. But turning to actual recruiting, the Bruins missed out on Tunde Yusufu, as well as Milan Momilovic, who it wasn't really expected that Momilovic would be coming to UCLA, but it just shows that it's like the talking heads, same as it ever was. There's no change. Cronin can't bring in top talent, so he kind of has to scramble. A lot of the international guys from 3 years ago, are no longer on the team, but he has to kind of go back to it because there's not much left in the NCAA transfer portal. So what is just going on? It just seems like a big, whiff after whiff. And, and I say this, I'm kind of getting tired of saying this every episode, but something has to change. If Cronin wants to be elite, and this fan base will not stand for anything less. Like there are already people that are calling for Cronin's termination. If he has another mediocre season, I don't think he's going to survive.
Oh wow!
And why should you? It's people expected more of Howland, of Alford, of basically everyone since Wooden, which is a bit of a pipe dream. But I think in the last 10 years, UCLA fans have realized where they're at. But at the same time, it's still UCLA. There's no real look at what Bob Chesney's doing. He's bringing in dudes. How come Mick Cronin can't bring in top guys? And you can't say it's NIL. UCLA is competitive. They're at least in the top 25. Other teams are doing less, are doing more with less. So why isn't UCLA elite? Why is Duke and Gonzaga and North Carolina and Michigan and all those teams always talked about, always in the top 10 every year, and UCLA is struggling to get in the top 25. It's mind-boggling, but yeah, I hate saying it over and over, but something has to change. And I'm just not really. These are talented guys. I'm not ripping on the incoming transfers. But are they guys that are going to take you to the next level? Is there going to be a guy like a Cameron Booker who can just elevate this team? No, there isn't, and I just don't see anything. I see above average next year. I don't see elite, and that seems that for me, and I'm sure for a lot of other UCLA basketball fans, men's basketball fans, that's an issue because UCLA should be competitive every year, and that's just me talking. I'm out. Mike out.
No, I mean I think that's all fair though, Mike. That's the problem, and for a long time I was saying that I was impressed that Cronin has at least tried different things all the way through, but eventually you have to produce at some point, and I think you're right. That hasn't been happening up to this point.
Yeah.
So that is a huge problem.
Yeah. So, but anyway, there is good stuff. As I said earlier in the episode, it's basically football season now. So we got a lot of stuff. We're planning different stuff for the summer. We are going to take breaks. Obviously, we always do because there's not always stuff to talk about. But yeah, that's what's been going on with this sad baseball softball end to the season. But yeah, it's cool. It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, that's all I got for now.
Okay, then, Mike. I don't need to hear more than that.
What's brewing with you? What's brewing with me? Yeah. What's brewing with you? What's brewing with me? What's brewing with you?
Mikey, what's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. Just having graduations here and there. Family was in town, so I got to see my sisters, nephews and nieces, my brother-in-law. Yeah, so it was just a week and a half of driving here and there and everywhere. Yeah, which is why I was at a graduation last Tuesday. My nephew graduated from Whittier High School. Woo! So yeah, there's just a lot of that, as well as my kids. My last day of school, my last day of work at the school that I work at is tomorrow. But my oldest daughter, she's been off for 2 weeks. So being off for 2 weeks, she's already doing summer stuff. So she's already doing summer cheer practice. My other daughter, Poppy, who's getting into. She's going to be a freshman at high school. She had her first basketball workouts. Jake, you'll be so proud. She had her first weight training yesterday. Woo!
Very cool.
She was like, I've never seen this stuff before. I'm like, oh yeah, there are thousands of ways to get your muscles in shape and all that. But yeah, no, she's doing it hardcore. Hugo had football camp, so it's like it's never freaking ending. But it has been pretty fun. Yeah, in the last 2 weeks, Jake, I bought an amp finally. I'm jamming out to it. I'm like, I just got inspired. I've been looking for an amp actually for like about 4, 5, 6 months. I found one on Craigslist, really good condition, and it's a Fender Deluxe 90. I'm loving it. It's freaking loud.
Nice.
So yeah, so we got to jam out. I saw Lady
there's news
Tron,
on that front too, buddy.
Okay.
Anyways,
We'll get to that in a second.
continue.
Yeah, the week before, actually, the night of UCLA beating Arkansas 11-0 in 5 innings for softball. I was watching the game, and then quickly drove as quick as I could safely to the Novo downtown to see Lady Tron, which was an amazing show. And then last week, a friend couldn't go to the Hollywood Bowl to see Human League, Soft Cell, and Alyssa Moyer last Thursday. So I went to that show. So yeah, so I'm also personally killing myself. I should be resting, but there's so many good stuff happening. I'm very happy. I'm very exhausted, and I'm very entertained. Jake, what's going with you?
That's very cool, Mike. I thank you very much. Number one, on the music front, I'm glad you're jamming, and we're ready to jam too. And if you were here in the studio, you'd see that I set up my both my father's organs up here in the studio for possibly Megan to play.
Oh, you got them working?
They're not fully operational yet, but they're in the right place. I just have to spend the weekend doing that. But I mean, they were working. They were up in Berkeley with Megan before.
Yeah.
And now they're down here. As Megan's going to spend the summer here before going.
Yeah, you got to take
France.
a picture and put that on the. You got to put that on the socials.
Oh, we will. But the idea
that's an impressive Oregon.
These are pretty badass. The idea that impressed me, that hit me like a lightning bolt last week was, I think we talked about this. I know me and you have talked about this off air, Mike. But my favorite album that I've listened to in the last 6 months probably is the Black Pumas first album, which came out I think in 2020. It's a red album with a big black puma on the front of it, and it's just really, really awesome. But Megan and I both love this album so much that we've decided to form our own tribute band called the Snow Leopards. And Mike, you are officially extended an invitation to be part of the Snow Leopards.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're not quite sure what the sound's going to be like.
I'm down.
We're not quite sure, how well we will execute it, but that's in the offing, so we're gonna start working on that. So I was actually playing one of my favorite songs, Colors, today, and trying to work on the lyrics a little bit. But long-term project is a long-term goal. It's not a tomorrow thing, Mike. Yeah. So we have plenty of time.
Yeah.
But if you would like to be a snow leopard, you can be a snow leopard. Now, also, geesh, I mean, bearing the lead a little bit over the weekend is it's very expensive. May and June for me always, because I have anniversaries and birthdays galore and graduations this year. My lovely wife Sarah celebrated her 50th birthday this weekend, and so now she's hit
birthday, Sarah.
That milestone is outstanding. We took her to the wildlife the wildlife center that's over here in Sylmar, and we did a personal tour of the little mini zoo, and so we got to meet porcupines and sloths and eagles and all sorts of fun critters.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun. She had a good time doing that. And then we went out to fancy dinner at Lowry's, and then she went off to the hot springs in Marietta, back where I grew up, where my grandmother's house was a couple miles from there. So she had a lovely weekend doing that, and happy 50th to her. And then on Sunday, because she was going to be out of town for her birthday, I ended up booking probably my favorite diving trip I've gone on yet, and it was on the Spectre boat in Channel Islands. And we did 3 dives, and they were all really fun dives around the areas, similar to diving in Catalina. You see Garibaldi and lobster and cowfish and things like that. But I met some wonderful people on the boat, including my dive buddy, who was named Fifi, who's only in the States like a third of the year. But she was super cool, and she's done like 70 dives and dove with a whale shark before. So I had a blast with her and our guide and everybody else on the boat. So that was fun. So it was just a wild weekend and fun time. Nice. And we had a now we're just on to the summer. And also found out that Megan's going to go to France to teach, which we didn't know about up until this last week. So it's pretty crazy. So a lot brewing, but there you go.
Baguette.
Biff. Anyways,
apparently there's this new show called Beef, and there are billboards everywhere, and that's the first thing I think of when I see it. I'm like, Biff.
Are you talking about the show Beef, in which yours truly, Jake Merrifield, and his wife Sarah were part of an audition for that show that was successful because our neighbor Greg Benson, our neighbor, was in the show, and so there's a scene in Beef that's actually the scene that we rehearsed with them. It was just kind of fun.
Damn nice.
Yeah, so that's my connection. I haven't watched it yet, but Sarah watched it, so she liked it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I just think of Flight of the Conchords every time I see every freaking billboard around town. But
yeah.
Oh, and lastly, I think I told you. I put it out on the social medias. I'm letting it know, but the weekend of Saturday, August 18th, whatever that Saturday is, I'm actually going out to Atlanta, to Athens area. My friend Megan, who's here. Right. She lives here now. She's actually from Georgia, that area. She's throwing an art show and specifically wanted me to DJ. So if anybody out there is in the Atlanta, Athens area, hit me up. I'll give you the information. I'm going to be putting on the social medias. And the first time one of my things, especially covering college sports, some of my bucket lists are going to these towns I never would before.
Yeah,
these college towns,
Makes
Athens. Sense. Ann Arbor, Madison, stuff like that. So I'm very excited about this. It sucks that it's going to be in July because it's probably going to be humid as F. But yeah, if you're out there, come down, see some art, and listen to some tunes.
You're having a great time. Awesome, Mike. Well,
yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens between now and next week, and call the show 805-399-4WBS. Secretary Rain Troy, and we'll see. We'll see what's up, and then maybe we'll do a show. Maybe we won't.
Yeah.
But we'll be back with you soon. And it sucks because I wish UCLA baseball wouldn't have had such a flame out because I was really looking forward to having
oh my god
Jack on again soon. But now I think we have to wait like 2 months just to let him get over it, and so I'm kind of a little bummed about that. But
we should have a Bruin 24/7 roundtable brought to you by the What's Bruin Show.
We absolutely should.
With stakes involved.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
And Mike, I need you to put this on your calendar too because the Reign of Troy Traveler Hates Thursday roundtable, which obviously you are invited to if you are available, was just set a couple days ago. I gotta find the the text. Hold on. Where's Kenneth?
With summer, we try to fill up the time as much as possible. You know what would be cool? We got to try to do, if we can, do a remote at like another brewery.
Oh,
that was fun as F.
Yeah, that would be super fun. Where is
those were the days.
Those were the days we did that stuff. I'm trying to find. Oh, here we go. I think that it's going to be possibly on August 1st, Mike. That's a Saturday.
All right, cool.
So check that out, and I'll see if we can make ourselves available.
That's right when fall camp starts. It's probably like a few days to a week after Big Ten Media Days.
Well, that sounds good. So, I mean, that will be the Reign of Troy, Traveler Hates Thursdays, What's Bruin Show one. But I am absolutely enthused about a 24/7 What's Bruin Show roundtable as well.
Yeah.
So do your best to get that set up. Do that sometime in August.
All right, cool.
All right.
Good.
Cool. All right, Mike. Well, good show. And we ended up, we're 10 minutes off the mark I set for you. We're at like 46 minutes, but that's okay. That's okay. It's still a nice, efficient show. So we'll get on with our lives now. And until next time, Mike, what do we say?
Go Bruins.
Good evening.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
That was the What's Bruin Show.
Oh my God.
Try us tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's got to be in or out, Mom. In or out. Well, I need the door closed.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Dude, Rob, we play some ball on the West Coast.
The final word is boob.